you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a part of the OG ONL fam, I thank you so much for tuning in yet again to another one of my videos, listening to me talk or rant about another subject. If you are a new viewer or subscriber, I thank you so much for tuning in. Do not forget to click on the little bell down below. That will keep you in the loop for any new videos that I post. And every time I post a video, I do try and check the comments right away and like converse or answer a lot of your questions. So it means a lot to me to have your feedback and your support always. Today I want to answer a ONL fam member's question, actually, who messaged me on Instagram, and the question was, could you please cover the topic of how the medicine works? Is it true that it is affordable but there's a long waiting time? And is it true that many doctors leave, especially from Ontario, to work in the US? And how much do dentists cost? Thanks, Lana. Well, Lana, thank you so much for your question, and hopefully I can answer it quite a bit in this video. Now, healthcare in Canada is free for all Canadians and permanent residents, I believe. So what happens is we get a little thing called a health card, and on your health card you have your photo and your date of birth, and then you have like your health card number. So when you go to the doctor or a clinic or whatever, that's when they can look up your records and whatever you've been there for before. So when you go to your family GP, you don't actually get to take like your results home. They keep them in the clinic so that they know what you've been there for, or whatever, and that's where your medical history is. Healthcare in Canada covers basic things, but it is very like specific to the province. So depending on Ontario, Vancouver, Quebec, Alberta, it really does depend on where you're living and what you get out of it. So in Ontario, like let's say you go to a clinic and you're sick, that you do not pay for. Whereas if you were not a citizen or a permanent resident, you would pay anywhere between $75 to $100+ for your initial visit, and then every visit you go back, I think it becomes a little bit cheaper. So that is a big thing that you save. You don't have to pay any money to see a doctor. Sometimes nothing can be wrong, and you get like that medical opinion and feedback to let you know that you're okay. The thing that is not covered, however, is prescriptions. So once your doctor gives you your prescription for whatever might be wrong or needs to be fixed, when you go to the counter, you give them your prescription. You have to pay for that out of your own pocket. The only sort of exception to that is when you have health benefits, or like, yeah, I guess health benefits from either a private health insurance company or through your employer. So a lot of employers do offer health benefits. If not, people who are self-employed or who are not employed, they can go through a private health insurance company like Blue Cross. So Blue Cross is the only company I can think of off the top of my head, but I will give you guys more information about that in the description box down below as always. Dentists are not covered through basic health insurance, and it sucks. Like a basic checkup can be over $100, and then based on what the dentist tells you you need to do, you have to pay even more. Like a root canal can cost close to $1,500, and it is ridiculous. Like you could easily just get on a plane, fly to another country, get a root canal, and fly back and have a vacation for the same price. But sometimes things are urgent, and you know, it's always, health is important. So it is expensive, which is definitely why I would urge everyone to invest in private healthcare or health insurance, if not through your company. The other things that are not covered are like massage, chiropractor, physiotherapist, optometrist. So if you wear glasses or whatever, then it's very important that you have some form of health benefits so you can get your prescription updated or whatever. So these things are not covered. Now, the waiting time, depending on what is wrong with you, can be very long. Fortunately for me, I've never had any sort of big concern where I've needed to wait for another big test. You know, often when there is something wrong, like I had some heart palpitation issues a few years ago. Like, I went straight to the emergency room, and then that's where they can do all the tests right away and you don't have to wait a very long time. However, if the issue is not in fact an emergency, you will get sort of referred to a specialist and you have to wait for your appointment, which can take weeks, months, or I've heard years, but it really depends on what the cause or issue or concern is. I really do think things are getting better, but again, I'm really not around people where I hear these sort of complaints very often. My goal in life and through my job is to make people healthier. So I don't know, I don't really hear much about people having to go into the hospital or have to wait a really long time to see a doctor or anything like that. But it's definitely something that is a very pressing issue in Canada, where you do have to wait for a really long time to see a specialist. There's misdiagnosis. People get like diagnosed with cancer wrong or whatever. I don't know how much this happens anywhere else in the world, but I would think there are really smart professionals everywhere, and then there's really stupid professionals everywhere. So it's really important that when you do get a family doctor in Canada or whatever, you go through someone you know. Ask people if they have a doctor that they suggest or recommend, and only go to that person. But when it comes to like going to a specialist or whatever, then that situation is a little bit different. Other than that, I don't know how many doctors go to the US. I really don't know a lot about that. I do know that in Canada and the US, in North America, medical schools are so tough to get into. So a lot of people actually fly down south and do their medical degrees there. So it's kind of funny, like a lot of people go to like the Bahamas or whatever, and then they do like their medical schooling there. But so if you have a doctor who went through the Canadian or North American system, I would think maybe they're fairly good. I don't know. I really don't know, you guys. I have a fairly good family doctor, so I'm pretty happy, and I try and stay away from the doctor as much as I can by staying extremely healthy. But hopefully I can answer that sort of question. I thank you so much, Lana, for that question. If you guys have any other sort of general questions I can answer, leave them down below. Please know that I am not a migration agent. I am not an immigration lawyer. I'm just really trying to help you guys out, come closer to your dreams. So when you do ask questions, to try and ask a question that I can help, you know, like more general population with. I can't really answer very individual personal questions because I don't know everything there is to know about immigration and travel and all that sort of stuff, and migration agents and companies, etc, etc, etc. So if there is anyone who could use this video and it would help them out, please do not forget to share this video with them. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you'd like to see more like this. Leave your questions and comments down below, and I will be sure to try and answer more and more of them, either through video or through my feedback. I thank you guys so much for your continued love and support, and until next time, I will talk to you guys again very soon. Until then, think strong always. Bye.